Hey Fish Fam, this is Nikachu Merfolk Master, and we are going to explore the limits of Lurrus in Modern Merfolk. You better believe it. We are going to play Lurrus. This is going to be basically Finless Splinterfin. It's basically the Splinterfin deck minus the combo, because this is one of the original builds that I wanted to test with Lurrus. We know Splinterfin can swim, and now could a build without Splinterfin be just as or more effective? We're going to find that out today, so don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Before we get into our deck tech, we are, however, going to thank our sponsors, starting with themanabase.com, the content creation site, podcasts, articles, videos on standard, modern, historic, and more. The Mana Base is your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. And Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. And you can support the channel by using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or you can save yourself 15% off your first 3 months using my coupon code Nikachu. It's how you can test out Splinterfin to see if it's right for you. And also just Lurrus in general. So, the last few leagues I have played with the Splinterfin deck, I mean, the combo still matters, but actually Lurrus is starting to show its color. It's a really good card to grab from the sideboard, Violet in play, and then start casting creatures from your graveyard. The life gains has saved me, but the card advantage has also saved me. So we need to see how much we can push Lurrus. And make no mistake, I'm siding out the combo with Splinterfin like incredibly often. Combo is fine game 1 and is usually useless games 2 and 3 because my opponent is going to be gunning for it. So why don't we just like play a normal Merfolk game in the first place and see if that matters. And I'll finally have more things to do on turn 1 with Dismember and Aether Vial. Yeah, so I mean, so it's a very similar deck, but we're filling the cracks that we don't have the combo pieces. I filled the cracks with Dismember, with Coralhelm Commander, which is it's like a fine lord. A little slow, a little clunky, but still, it will get the job done. Flies over my opponent's creatures. Why? So I'm getting a question. Why Coralhelm Commander instead of Phantasmal Image? Phantasmal Image is really poorly positioned in the modern metagame because of Walking Ballista and Lava Dart. Just pew pew pew, and it dies and it blows up. You need to be resistant to those cards. I would love to play Image, but Lava Dart has completely ruined it, and also Walking Ballista, still seeing play out of like the Heliod Company deck. It's a big deal. Coralhelm Commander is just a lord by itself, though. Phantasmal Image needs to copy a lord. Coralhelm Commander can be a lord by itself. A lord in a can, basically. Mostly, I just like it as a 3/3 flyer. And now that we can't combo off out of nowhere, I gotta use Spreading Seas. And Spreading Seas is still not that bad, really. I mean, it still interacts against, like, Jund, Death Shadow. It's useful against Prowess because you need to hit the blast zone so that they don't take it up to 2 and then wipe out your entire board. Like, that's evil. I hate it when they do that. And also gives us Island Walk if we need it. But we don't always need Island Walk with this deck. Coralhelm Commander flies, Smuggler's Copter flies, so that's going to be good. Yes, it plays at level... No, it plays at level 0. It starts at level 0. I just need to pay 2 to get to level 2. To get it to level 4... Oh, no. Oh, I see. You have to pay double blue to cast it. It starts at level 0. And then I have to pay 2 more colorless to get it to flying. So basically sink 4 mana into it, which is honestly not too hard. What else we got? We got to fill up. We get to go to 4 cards of Relic of Progenitus, which is still very important against Uro decks, and the Oops All Spells deck. Pithing Needle for Oops and Belcher, and basically anything, actually. I mean, still very good against, like, Tron, Eldrazi Tron. It's amazing how many artifacts and activated abilities there are in this format. 4 Force Negation, the last Spreading Seas. Okay, I'm really excited for Lurrus. Lurrus is a sweet card in Merfolk. I think this could give us a huge edge. That's why I'm playtesting this. I'm trying to playtest the Lurrus builds, and hopefully this is the next one. All right, so let's get into our league. Lurrus. We lost the die roll. 1 lander. We're going to mulligan it. Our opponent mulliganed as well, so that's some good news. Our opponent mulliganed a 5. Well, we're going to keep this. I'm going to dump the Dismember. I'm going to assume my opponent is not on a creature-based deck. I'm assuming they're like on Tron or something. Or Dredge. Or some other stupid combo deck. Why else do you want to mulligan to 5, huh? What are you trying to do? Huh? What are you trying to do on 5? You see? This is Tron. It might not be Tron, but it might be Tron. Show me a tower. Just show it. Just do it. Show me a tower. Hmm? Don't be shy. Do it. Hanger back Walker. We're up against oh crap, I want that Dismember back. Alright, we're up against Hardened Scales. Why is this deck... I think this deck might be coming back because people recognize that the artifact hate doesn't exist in Modern right now. Steel Overseer. That card is a real pain in the ass. Okay, how do I start off this party? We gotta save these for cards like this. Their start is pretty bad, though. Or maybe I go Trickster at upkeep to then Harbinger it later. That's not a bad move. No, I don't even have to do it at upkeep. I just do it on the stack. This is not a good matchup if I do not have the proper hate. Which well, do you know what? I got the 4, I got some cards. So we're gonna bounce this thing next turn. So you can put a counter on yourself. That's lovely, but you're not gonna put a counter on Hanger Backwalker, and that's all that's important. Ooh! This is not bad. This actually hits a lot of cards in the deck. Oh, but Chalice on 2 would be gas. This does hit a lot of cards at 1, though, but I have a feeling they don't have anything left on 1. Okay, let's attack. This is probably going to keep growing, unfortunately. Okay, I will take a turn to do this. Hopefully this slows our opponent down by enough. They might have a hand just full of 2-drops, which would be a little annoying. They might find a Ravager before then. Okay, this is going to be a pretty good combo. Can we get a Dismember? We'll get to draw another card with Silver Gilladept. See what we find. Bubkiss. Oops. Maybe this is stupid. I shouldn't have done that. Huh. Interesting. Okay, we actually have quite a bit of power on the battlefield now, and I can fly over this garbage with Coral Helm. So next turn, I can pump this thing straight to level 4. When's the next Magic Coffee in MTG? Every 9 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time on either of my YouTube channels and my Facebook page. Every weekday. Damn it. This creates flying idiots. Okay, now we need a Spreading Seas pretty badly. That's not bad. That's not bad, and I can activate this with Vial. Okay, so how do we take advantage of this? So, Steel Overseal will double the counters. Okay, so first we're gonna take this thing. We're gonna take to the skies, people. We're gonna take to the skies. I guess I'm gonna attack with everything except the Master of the Pearl Trident, because this thing's just most likely to die. I think. And then I don't care if everything else dies in between. And we can get Lurrus soon. Can I attack with this Master of the Pearl Trident? Okay, hold on. What if I like this thing? So the deal is they can make a lot of blockers because they create flyers, right? Create 1/1 tokens with flying, so they can activate Seer, gets a counter, um, sacrifice this walker to put counters on Ravager, create a bunch of blockers, or they can even go. I don't know actually what they're gonna do. Tap Walker in response to Overseer. Oh, and there's, or I can actually tap the Ravager, right? Could I go for the Ravager? Okay, what if I attack with everything? Tap down Ravager. I should consider these options. Then you have to sack this first. You get one extra. You can't get, or you, because if you tap Seer before blocks, then that's one less blocker. Activate, sack this to Ravager. You have 2 blockers. Block a 5/5, a 4/4, take 11 damage. Because actually, it looks like they have to chump block the Coral Helm Commander. But then if you let this thing just get tapped, and you block, you can't even block my flyer. I think I have to tap something before blockers. Just trying to think. I might be able to go here. And then I Trickster Ravager, so that Ravager can't block. And if there's only 2 blockers on the battlefield, they have to make chumps. They have to chump block. Okay, we're actually going to do this. I'm just trying to think. Okay, in response, they go tap Seer, put a counter here, sack, create 2 blockers, put 2 counters on bunch of counters on Ravager, block this, block, take 8. I lose this thing, but then I still have a flyer in the air to win. And I might be able to get this back with Lurrus next turn. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. Looks like a pretty strong line. I don't want to tap anything in response to an Overseer activation. Oh, they already tapped their blocker down. That's not too bad. Okay, so because they can make some blocks first, then start cracking stuff. Okay, so now we go tap on Ravager. Then you have only, well, I think they screwed themselves. Or I'm not sure if they screwed themselves. Maybe there's just no good way to do this. Because they only have 2 blockers now anyway. Did I just overthink this? Or no, they have only 2 good blocks? Okay, they are still taking everything and they're going down to like basically 1. Okay, this still works. They could play another Hangerback Walker now, then sack everything, the Arcbound Ravager to it. Okay, let's just see what happens. We have a huge board here, obviously. We went wide. You son of a bitch. But I don't think it's going to be enough. You sacrifice an artifact, you gain 1 life. I think I'm going to put my Vial to 3 so I at least can put Lurrus into my hand. And I can cast almost everything else. Okay, so... I could just attack with Coral Helm Commander. That should be enough to win. How is this going to work? Okay, so they tapped Overseer. Okay, they're going to block, tap Overseer, put a counter on Arcbound Ravager, activate Sacrifice for... Okay, you can put 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. So that can kill this Coral Helm Commander. Well, whatever. I think I just attack with everything. Hope for the best. Oh yeah, you can't gain life. This land is tapped. You're right. I think they might be able to shoot stuff down, but the things that are blocking here aren't going to live for very long. That's probably some good blocks. Wonderwine Hub was a really crappy draw. Because I can't, like, get Lurrus. If this was just, like, an island or a Mutavault, I could go get Lurrus, put Lurrus in play, and then grab back one of my 2-drops. And they're going to sack a land, too. Oh, actually, that's going to be one more counter to the Ravager, I think, than I calculated. Maybe our opponent can get out of this. Because that's going to be a huge ballista. So what, that's going to be an 8/8 ballista? 1, 2, 6. Okay, so that can shrink almost everything. All right, do your stuff. They have to kill 1, 2, 6, 7, and they'll still have 2 left over to kill. Oh, I think actually maybe a Silvergill is going to get through. Oh, no, Silvergill can still die. I'm going to have in the end a 3 Grizzly Bears if I calculated this correctly, and a Lurrus. And then they can spend the last counter on this Silvergill Adept. Alright, that's fair. Take no damage. Okay, let's go get Lurrus. It's okay, we can rebuild the board. I have never overwhelmed a deck like this before. Alright. Okay, what's good here? Some spreading seizes are good. I don't know if I want too many, but some are good. Chalice on 1 is like okay, but is not... It's actually worse on the draw. It was just lucky that I had things to do with that. Okay, Pithing Needle is great, though. Harbinger is fine. Maybe this is all I'm going to do. I can't remember. It's Force and Negation. I don't really like using Force and Negation here. Torborg says, my Adventure Shift list just lost hard to a Scales deck this past weekend at a little tournament. It was rough. These things can get so fast still, even without Opal. We need, like, Eldrazi-tron back in the metagame, because, like, that deck was being suppressed by Karn the Great Creator, and there's just not that many Karn the Great Creators in the format anymore. Hence why you don't even see Brazen Bar in my deck list, because I'm just not seeing Ensnaring Bridge from Karn the Great Creator anymore. It's just not even a deal. I should look for room for this last Spreading Seas. Well, I don't like flooding out on Spreading Seas, though, in this matchup. But then again, there's, like, no other way to push damage. Like, I was just lucky that they mulliganed to 4, and I actually could go wide. My hand turned out great in the end. The Tricksters and the Harbingers work perfect. And the Chalice on 1 and Ether Vial worked perfect. Not in love with Silvergill Adapt here. Maybe we can shave a Silvergill Adapt for the last seas. I don't know. Silvergill Adept gets eaten up. It's pretty hard to attack into these artifacts and hard to block with it. Lurrus, you didn't do anything. I did put you in my hand, though. This hand's not bad. Harbinger is nice disruption. And we have Dismember for, say, Steel Overseer or something. Is Karn even that good versus Scales, though? They can just attack it to 0. How do you attack it for 0 when you can't activate and make your creatures big? I mean, against Eldrazi-tron, they have blockers. Your 1/1 Steel Overseer is not getting through a Karn the Great Creator. Hey, King. How's it going? Ink Moth. Oh, no. I keep misplaying my lands. I should get these Dark Slick Shores out first. What to do here? I guess I'll just play Smuggler's Copter, but I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do here. I'd really like to Trickster this, then Dismember it. Because these stupid counters are annoying. Okay, our opponent's not doing anything, so that's not too bad. We just have to make sure this Hangerback Walker doesn't get sacrificed. Maybe I should just start preparing. No, hold on. I think preparing for Walking Ballista or not. Yeah, let's prepare for Walking Ballista. That is such a pain. I applaud the opponent's art choices, yeah. So I'm not playing Silvergill Adept because if they play Walking Ballista for, like, it's for 1, but it's going to get 2 for Hardened Scales, then they just shoot the Silvergill Adept and I got nothing. I'm going to prepare to... they're passing the turn to, like, add counters on this thing, but then I'll bounce it back to their hand with Harbinger. Draw a card, yes. Oh, that was a great draw. I'm going to dump the Silvergill Adept because I don't think I'm going to need it. Then we can get into a point where we Silvergill this Hangerback Walker. Oh, sorry, we Trickster the Hangerback Walker. And then Dismember it at the same time. So we better do this in response to this ability resolving, because they do sometimes have Nature's Claim in their deck. And so they might get 4 counters on it, then Nature's Claim their Hangerback Walker for value. I think they're thinking about this right now. Yeah. Oh, Vines the Vastwood. What the F? Well, I can Dismember this in response. I was not really expecting this. Vines is a 1-of in the list. All right. You know what we say about 1-ofs on this channel? It's a 1-of, or if it's a 1-of, it probably should be a none-of. So my fear now is we let our opponent untap and they put a Ravager on the board or something. Then I try to Trickster this. It won't even matter. Okay, I'm just going to deal with this now. Hopefully these Thopters are not going to be my demise. They found a 3rd land. What can you do with it? Seem pretty choked anyway. How all in are they on this Walker? Well, that Walker can sometimes do a lot of damage. Walker plus Ravager is a deadly combination. Scrapyard Recombiner. Sacrifice an artifact, search your library for a construct card, reveal it, put into your hand, then shuffle your library. Okay. We need to get our opponent dead really quickly. What are you attacking me for? Hey, you're crazy. You're crazy, opponent. Man, that's going to the dumpster. Why would you attack me? Sacrifice an artifact, search your library for a construct card, reveal it. I think I get Ravager or... I can't remember. Is Ballista a construct? I don't remember. So, just Walking Ballista is a construct? Let my opponent block. I'll probably just Lord here. Okay, hold on. What bad things could happen? There is an Ink Moth on the battlefield. Yeah, Ravager weirdly is a beast. What are you? Are you a construct? You are construct. What is this 2 damage worth? I'm attacking for 10. Ugh, I feel like I'm getting too greedy here. I'm so scared now if they play land, Ravager, sack the board to this stupid Ink Moth, and we're dead. You know, that was a mistake. I should have played around that. Noob mistake. If they went like untap land Ravager to kill me for lethal with Ink Moth, I'd be sick to my stomach. This 2 damage wasn't worth. I don't know. Like pushing damage is so damn hard in this against this deck. Sometimes they just have so many blockers. You're right, Benjamin. Lamp less Ravager would make a 10/10 Ink Moth. Where's my Pithing Needle? Pithing Needle there would have been great. Pithing Needle's good against this deck. Okay, what are you going to tutor for? Arcbound Worker. Sure. Make a big worker. Mr. Arbor followed me. Thank you very much, Mr. Arbor. Oh, yeah, did have the Ravager. I could potentially have been really screwed there. Okay, I think we've got it. Or do we? Hold on, I do have a blocker. Oh no! Am I just gonna die for 14? Oh, wow, I punted so hard. That sucks. I really needed that Lord of Atlantis on the battlefield, didn't I? Well, I'm gonna count this as a win anyway. Okay. Just concede. That was so dumb. Well, I punted. So what happens when you don't play against Hardened Scales for a year and a half? You start forgetting about the interactions. Okay, like I was scared about the Inkmoth Nexus. I should just be scared about the stupid Thopters in play. I'll just submit this deck. That's too bad. Yeah, okay, so I have to be like extra cautious of that stuff. You know, truth be told, it might have been difficult anyway because I can only trickster. No, but I can still wait for my opponent to make. No, I might have been dead anyway. Or would I have? I'm trying to think. It depends how they attack. Because they had 2 Thopters, and the thing is they can do all of that almost at instant speed. They can like activate Ink Moth, sacrifice that to the worker that they had in play. Get Ravager, attack with both Thopters. And I can't block both of them. So maybe I'm supposed to die anyway, but because I was tapped out, they just played their hand out in a bizarre way. I don't really like this hand because if we miss our second land drop, I'd be like really screwed. On the other hand, I do have 2 Ether Vials and a bunch of Lords doesn't always do it in this matchup. I don't like this hand either, but we're going to keep it. Playing Mutavault first because there is some chance I might attack with it next turn. One or more +1/+1 counters are put on a permanent you control, you may pay a 1. If you do, create a servo. Okay, I think we're gonna let that go for 1 turn. Okay, so in this case, I'll play Silver Gill Adept. Reveal Coral Helm. Oh, I got another Silver Gill Adept. Although these are all very weak Silver Gill Adepts. Hoping our opponent can't get value out of this animation module for 1 turn. They might. They might play Arcbound Worker, pay 1, get a creature. Yeah, a Pithing Needle will do something against every card in their deck except the Ozolith. That's interesting. Land pass. That is very interesting. Well, you can't activate and give it protection. So I guess we're just going to be attacking with this thing. Oh, I think they're waiting for to activate animation module. In that case, we better Pithing Needle this animation module immediately. I could be. I hope this is the right thing to do. I have been crushed by this animation module before, without a doubt. Okay, I'll play Coral Helm Commander so that I don't get crushed by a Walking Blister or something. And I can Violence Silver Gill Adept at end of turn. And then we can pump the team. Okay, no Dismember, that's some good news. Uh-oh, second Inkmoth Nexus. I could go on the Inkmoth beatdown plan. Sure. Hey! Well, this is a triggered ability? Oh, so I just screwed up here? Oh, that sucks. Okay, that ability is garbage. Come on, Lord. Not a Lord. I can't vial that in play. I want stuff I can vial in play. Ugh! Right, everyone, did I screw myself badly? I might have. No music today? I don't have music for these, these are for YouTube. I don't have music for these videos. This was such a waste of my Pithing Needle. Hey, do I attack with everything and just play a Smuggler's Copter? They could sacrifice a Servo, but they could still hit a Silver Gill Adapt. Maybe I just do that. Attack next turn will be better. But we might die next turn. Not gonna lie. Damn, this is a triggered ability. It's not an activated ability. Okay, well, we get the Hanger Backwalker off the battlefield. I think that's a huge win. We almost might have blown them out if I had a Lord in hand, but I didn't have the Lord. Oh, they definitely have backup. They have 4 cards in hand. They didn't play anything on turn 2 because they're trying to get the most out of their animation module. There's a Ballista. Oh, the Ballista can't get big though. You just make a bunch of servos. That's totally fine. Okay, let's bluff them, I guess. I have nothing else to do. Okay, that's a nice card for backup. Unfortunately, I have to sort of show my opponent, or maybe I don't have to show my opponent that I have this card. I can just play Smuggler's Copter and pass. I might even want to keep the Wonder One Hub in my hand. Okay, this is a flyer to block this thing. Seems like we're the aggressors. Korahum's a 4/4 creature, so they can't even block, pump this thing up, and then shoot it. Won't work. If they block with the 2 servos, I have to kill the flyer. That's the one most important. Yo, just watch your Merfolk versus 8-Rack. Thank you very much, Kayak. We smack 8-Rack usually. Interesting. They're going to keep some stuff on the battlefield. Okay. Okay. So a trade. And pass. And Copter is really nice here. Because it's a flyer. Alright. No Ravager. No Ravager. They always have the Ravager. The Ravager Ballista combo. It's a combo as old as time. Hasn't always been mainboard. Sacrifice an artifact, proliferate. Okay, not much I can do there. Okay, I think if we tap the Thopter, Corilhelm and Copter will probably get in for the win, because they have to activate Inkmoth and they can only block 1. Oh no, but then they're gonna get... like, creates ground creatures, right? Okay, tap down, activate Inkmoth, proliferate, create servo token. You can only block this. Chump. This thing gets it through for at least 3. I have Trickster. Trickster gets blocked by Ballista and Mutavault. That seems like a good trade. And I just gotta hope I don't get crushed by a Ravager out of nowhere. Interesting. Okay. They veiled me. They veiled me. You got it. Both of these cards are garbage. I forgot. Actually, I need something to crew the Copter. Still gonna be pretty close, isn't it? And also Copter might die to Ballista plus Ink Moth block. Well, maybe I should start prioritizing getting Lurrus. This is going to get complicated. Actually, maybe I should have... I mean, I guess this is never going to die. But maybe I could have prioritized it somehow dying. Okay, so you go to... You want to go to 1? Oh, that's interesting. They helped my Lurrus. Choose any number of permanents. It's interesting. Okay, they actually helped me put Lurrus in play, so... Interesting. But yeah, not necessarily. Okay, hold on. I could put the land in play. Because I can still card cast it from my hand later. I might force them to, like... How do I put it? Yeah, but I could make them prematurely sacrifice something. Like, let's say... No, I guess it doesn't matter. So do I just want them to chew up my creature? I don't get any value out of it, though. No, you know what? I think I'm going to wait. I can still cast it and then hard cast it. Oh, I can't hard cast Silvergill Adept. Well, I think I played... Did I play a land this turn already? Oh, I played the island to get the Lurrus in my hand. Okay, sure. We're going to put this in play. For no value. And if they want to shoot it with Ballista, put their Ballista 1, that's fine. And they have to do... They sort of have to do it before our next draw step. Although these are really awkward cards to bring back from the graveyard. Is this list from November 28th? Nope, this is a brand new list. Brand spanking new. I'm surprised I can go so toe-to-toe with... Oh god, that's not good news. Okay, so are we, like, super dead here? Which one of these you top decked? I think we're lost. One, but they tapped their Ink Moth Nexus. Am I dead? What's going on here? They're going all in. All right, file going to 4. Put it to 10, I don't care. Oh, you want to make sure you kill this thing with the walking ballista and then shoot everything else down? Is that going to be enough? Are our opponents screw up here in the end? Did they just not have enough mana to cast Ravager and the Ozolith at the same time? Or even... Maybe don't even cast the Ozolith. Maybe just play Ink Moth... Maybe play Ravager. Well, I don't know what's happening. Okay, let's see what happens. It's going to be a lot of counters on this ballista. It's going to be a big ballista. Krellhelm Commander is only so big. Oh my god, maybe we can't beat this ballista. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I need to top deck probably... Oh my god, we have an 11-11 ballista. Oh, it just kills me. That's the magic of Hardened Scales, I guess. Alright, good games. Tough stuff. It's tough getting through. It's honestly tough getting through their creatures. Maybe there was a line where I could get Lurrus back earlier. This is every game I play against Scales. So like that, like I said, I was a little apprehensive of bringing in the Spreading Seas, but I know that that's like one of the most important components to actually beating the stack. I don't know if I needled the right thing, but at the same time, we know they top decked, or I'm pretty sure they top decked the. I don't know which one they top decked because they had the Ozolith the entire time. Yeah, I know. I had the win in both games. Moving counters should not generate. It does with the Ozolith, which is one of their new pieces of tech. I'm not sure. I screwed up with this needle. I don't know. I might have screwed up with the needle. Them making those blockers is a really big deal, and especially if they had what's it called, Arcbound Ravager already in their hand. It's such a combo to be like making tokens, sacrificing, getting a token on the Ravager, and then making a token you can sacrifice, and as much mana as you have. It's like so hard to get through those cards. We don't know. I don't know if it was a punt in game 2. I have to look at it. So maybe people on YouTube, you can tell me if it was a punt or not, because my opponent has an opportunity to attack with maybe both Thopters and then sacrifice everything to one of the Thopters in the end that doesn't get blocked. Because they can attack with, they had 2 Thopters, and if if they go all in on one Thopter pre-combat, yeah, I Trickster and I win. If they don't, they attack with 2 Thopters and they have enough mana to wait to see if any of them get through. Then if they go all in on one, even if I Trickster it after the fact, it's too late, and it doesn't matter. Well, anyway, we do lose game 1. I still like how this deck played out, and I still like the positioning of Pithing Needle. So, I wonder if I could have squeezed a little bit more damage in somewhere. They were so close to dead in both games. But this is what Hardened Scales does. And we don't have proper artifact hate. Well, I don't know. Pithing Needle's not too bad. So for everyone watching live, we're going to keep playing on in this league. For everyone on the replay, that's going to be the game for today. So we're going to thank all my patrons and Twitch subscribers for supporting the channel. We're also going to thank our sponsors, themanabase.com and Mana Traders. This has been Nikachu, Merfolk Master, playing Lurrus Merfolk in Modern.